Hello everyone. I'm taking a little journey back in the days when I lived in this house at 45th and Allegheny. And I also want to say that years and years later, when my parents moved from this house, our good friend Jean Kishner Jacobs moved in this house. And not too long ago, she moved from this house, and frankly, don't know who lives here now. But we're going to take a little trip up the street to look at what happened over the years with the shopping area at 41st and Yale on the south side of 41st. Let's go, Sabrina. Okay, so here's my house. Used to wait and look out those windows for the bus to come, and then we'd run out the front door and get in the bus, particularly if it was a cold day in December or January. We are going up Allegheny. 45th was the corner. We're going up Allegheny. And years ago when we moved, I was in the 6th grade, when we moved to that house, up here at the top of the hill, there used to be a little club called the Yale Club. And in the summer, we would be able to walk up one block here up to this club, and I think it was 50 cents. We could go swimming in their swimming pool. And also they had a little concession stand. We could buy something to drink or something to eat. Then later, they built Southland Shopping Center, which you probably remember. It was an outdoor shopping center. Across the street was Southland Mall later. And it had Walgreens, and it had Brown Duncan, and it had Aberson's, and it had a lot of fun stores in it. TG&Y, I remember well, my sister used to hang out at TG&Y. Then, some point, this is an improv, I haven't really looked it up, but at some point, they decided to build an indoor mall here on the same piece of land, and it was called Promenade. Now, we're passing by the west and east sides of Promenade, and I'm afraid you can see what's kind of happened to this shopping center over the years. A lot of it is vacant. However, this area here, which was Mervyn's, is now a company called Creoaks, and they are a health services company, so some of the space that was empty has started to blossom again with new tenants. And this is the other side of Mervyn's. That is now Creoaks. Now we're coming up to, there's some bumps here. Now we're coming up to the west side of JCPenney, where if you ordered something, you would come here and pick it up, or of course there was a door into the store. You can see that space is also empty. And if you look across the street, Southland Mall, you'll see Reese's, which is a grocery store. And on this side, they have had for many years Firestone, still in business. Now we're going to turn to the east side and go across the front here, what is called the front of the Promenade. And once again, sad story, but true, JCPenney, which used to be here where you see those doors, has closed. And the entrance to Promenade, or one of the entrances here, would have brought you into a movie theater, which once again is no longer here. And by the way, there was a Mexican restaurant right in where these windows and shades are, and people used to spend a little time eating there and then going to the movies. Now, since they're working on the roof, we're going to turn out. All of this along here is covered parking, and we're going to see once again Southland Mall across the street from us. You see Petco and Ulta and Ross and Chick-fil-A, which is hugely popular. There is always a line at Chick-fil-A. Here is the front on 41st Street of the covered parking. of Tulsa Promenade, and there is a second level for parking. We're turning back in, and we're going to go underneath the covered parking. One of the stores that's still managing to do fairly well in Tulsa Promenade is Dillard's. If you have Dillard's in the city where you live, but when there was Southland, we used to have Brown Duncan. And I remember Brown Duncan really well because we would come up and go shopping, and if we found something to buy, we'd call our mom and ask her if we could purchase it, or the sales clerk would call our mom and say, your daughter's here, she wants to buy a girdle, something like that, and mom would say, okay. All right, we're going to go back out. We're going east now. We're actually going to go back into the neighborhood streets because I want to show you some of the neighborhood streets and how they have changed as well. In fact, some of you lived in this neighborhood. I can remember well who lived here when I was growing up in this neighborhood, because for some of you, I was your babysitter, and for others of you, I was a friend. We're going down, and we're going to make a turn and go down Canton. Do you remember Canton Street, for those of you who either lived here or had friends in this neighborhood? We're going to go down Canton, and then we're going to go back to 45th, and we're going to show you what has happened when they expanded Highway 44 and what happened to this neighborhood when they expanded it. So this is the covered parking on the south side of Tulsa Promenade, and here we are on Canton. The houses are still pretty, nice, middle class or working class, good neighborhood. Lots of kids to go to schools. This is an Edison school district, so there are kids that live here that go to Edison. But here we go. What do you see? No houses. When they built and expanded the highway, they tore down all the houses on this side of 45th Street. So that those of you who lived here or had friends here can see now that your friend or your house that you grew up in is gone. Still houses on the other side, and I know that there were some families that we know who lived on this other side of 45th Street, but now we're coming back up to 45th and Allegheny, and I'm going to call out the Kopp's family and the Oberstein's family, because you all lived across the street from us, and your house was torn down when they expanded the highway. However, whoever did the landscaping has done a very nice job. Here we are, Kopp family, Oberstein family. What we have now is a tree. Let's think of it as a tree planted in the memory of your family living on 45th. If you have any memories and want to share them with us, remember Facebook, remember our email, and remember our reunion on August 28th. See you later. Bye.